Hello. Jason, so good to see you. Leanna.
How you doing, Leanna? Hi.
Awesome.
Michelle.
So funny running into you guys.
Hey, guys.
Oh my gosh. Glad you too, Chris. Nikki Hudgens. Whoa.
Wow. There you guys are.
Man,
just see y'all over there.
Hey, everybody. Awesome. Well, hey, welcome, everyone. Welcome to another Plan B comedy Zoomprov. Yay! Yay! Live from the Ziders American Dream Theater YouTube page. We're pumped to be back with you guys. We have some special guests for you tonight, some special things for you tonight. One thing, we're going to try something new, right, guys? What we're going to try to do is we'd like to ask you guys, you guys have been so good at giving us suggestions, and we have some great notes that you all gave us. But what we'd like to do is just in an effort to keep the show moving tonight, we'd like to ask you for suggestions now throughout for the whole show. So please just feel free to start typing suggestions, anything, right? Like what's special?
Locations.
Yeah, locations. What's special about today? Relationships. Fruits.
Special fruits of the day.
Special fruits of the day. Things that are fruits.
Might be in a relationship with.
Yeah, that could be it. Anything.
Accomplishment.
A letter for the alphabet game. Maybe something that people are looking to get.
Type stuff.
Yeah, just type them out. Whenever you're ready, type it throughout the whole thing, so we don't have to keep asking you. We'd rather do a hard ask now, and then maybe just a couple reminders throughout the show.
Genres.
But other than that, I hope you guys are doing good. Is everybody doing good?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah.
I was asking everyone else, guys, not you. I wanted to.
Yeah, they're good. They're good.
I'm great.
Feel their energy. Yeah.
I was doing well.
Oh, okay. Well, we have an exciting show in store for you all. Don't you guys think it's an exciting show? I think so, right? We got a good show for you tonight.
Yeah.
To start off the show, we have a very special guest joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Joining us from a whole other state. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage to start off our show. Please put your hands together for the very funny, the very talented, going to perform some stand-up comedy for you all, Mr. Will Marfori, everyone. Will!
Hey, everybody. How you doing? This is quarantine comedy. I was already hard enough to understand, but now it's even worse. I have to tell people my jokes. Oh, no. Right. Right. You don't have to wear that when you're by yourself. I forgot. By the way, wearing a mask every day has taught me that my breath is terrible.
Yeah.
I would like to apologize to every single person I've ever had a close conversation with, because I need to brush my teeth more. So it's good to be here. I don't actually know if I'm a comedian anymore, because I don't know if comedy exists, but I feel like one of those ball players who got injured and retired, and even though he's still a ball player, he doesn't really play ball anymore. If that makes any sense. Like, it's good to be with you guys. Plan B comedy. I love you guys. I think it's funny that comedy has more plans than the government has for the coronavirus. We don't have a plan A. We need a plan A for the coronavirus. But hey, it's funny. What I do right now is I drive Lyft all day because not being a comedian, I partied all the time and didn't really plan for the pandemic. So, but it's day 54, and I'm finally out of drugs. I have done all the drugs in my house. It took 54 days to do all of them, and they're all gone. So now I have to start doing comedy more to acquire more drugs. Because Because along the way, people would just give me stuff. They give me like a little bit of mushrooms or a little bit of Viagra or whatever. And just for fun, don't have much to do. There's really no reason not to do all the drugs unless I'm driving, which I don't do drugs while I'm driving during a pandemic because that seems irresponsible. But it's been fun. The cool thing I like about it is I get to like hear stories from people every day, and people are hilarious about this. I mean, the thing that's funny is even though I'm not doing comedy, it's literally the funniest thing that's ever happened. Like, I know it seems bad because it's happening to us and like it's a bad thing to go through. But if this happened to like another country, we would be laughing our asses off about the idea that we live in a place where we elected a guy, a reality TV show guy, who's only famous for firing people. That's his deal. He used to go, "You're fired," and we go, "Ah, he's awesome." And he ended up firing the whole goddamn country. Country's fired. Everybody is fired. Come on, that's funny, guys. We're already there. Anyways, it's giving doing comedy harder in the future. Like when we have to do stand-up again, crowd work will be very difficult because like a lot of comics, they do things like they do very, very original questions like, "Hey, what do you do?" And everyone there will be unemployed doing nothing. So, or "Hey, did your wife make you wear that mask?" You know, and then comedians will sell masks after the show with their jokes on the mask. "Take my wife, please," or something like that. I don't know. I haven't really fleshed out the idea. There'll be a website at some point. But the funny thing, though, is now everyone seems to be sitting at home and watching TV all day and hoping the check comes and hoping they're not infected. And that's basically what I did for 20 years. Everyone now is a stand-up comedian. Everyone's a road comic. Everyone's sitting at home developing 15 minutes that they can do on the internet so that people will pay attention to them. If that isn't an open micer, I don't know what is. So we're all doing open mic pretty much all the time. What else do we want to talk about? I just, you know, I'm wearing this, I wear this shirt around. It says, "I'm feeling lucky." And when I wear this in public, people kind of get mad at me that I would still feel lucky like at a time like this. But I got it because the third day of all this, I was at a gas station and a lady was buying, she was buying lottery tickets. And I just thought it was funny that at the time that the whole world is coming to an end and the economy is collapsing and you might die if you don't wear a mask, someone feels lucky enough to go play the lottery.
Nice.
Which makes me laugh. But I don't know. It's just a real weird thing. Like people are out there. There's kind of a dichotomy of the experience. There's one group of people that are totally isolated and staying at home and following all the rules, and they're able to do that. And then there's another group of people that have to be out there working like every day. Most of them don't make a living wage. It's like $9 an hour for most people. A lot of people got an extra $2 an hour because there's a infectious disease there. So instead of making $9, you make 11 now, and you work at the Whole Foods or the grocery store. And it seems kind of unfair that you can somehow be essential and not make enough money to afford to drive yourself to work.
Hello.
You know, that seems really messed up to me. So I started a new Facebook page. If you guys are interested, it's called The Essential People. And I want people to share their stories with each other, because I think there's something really profound going on. And so I'm gonna change, and we're all in it together now. There is nobody isn't affected by the coronavirus. You know, everyone's pretty much the same. So I'd just like to say though that I got fired from a cruise line in 2017 because Chinese people got mad that I said they ate weird shit. And no one cared. Like, not a single person was like, "Well, that's fucked up. You shouldn't have been like fired for saying that." And here we are, the whole world. The whole world is closed because people ate weird stuff, you know? And I'm not judging, like, whatever, but it just seemed funny that I'm the only one that got fired before the coronavirus, for the coronavirus. But all right, thank you guys. Thanks.
Check out his Facebook page, the essential workers, right?
Essential people.
The essential people. And one more time,
Yes.
one more for everybody. One more
Thank
for
you guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Love you, man.
Love you
Love
guys
you, man.
too.
All right, let's go right on to our first improv game. We're going to play challenge, everybody. And since that Will was just talking about, let's talk about being on a cruise ship. Challenge, the topic is being on a cruise ship. Anybody can start.
I would like to start. I would just like to say that the cruise ships are the safest places you can be in the world. If you're on a cruise ship, you are safe because you are on your own utopia. You are on a ship of your making. You could be the captain. You could be anything.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Challenge. You are not on a ship of your making. You're trusting someone else to make the ship that you're stuck on for 6 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't know what they built that ship with. It could be like gilded cardboard. Who knows? Maybe they just painted it to look like metal. Put some duct tape on the bottom, saw that it floated, and put it out to sea. And the next thing you know,
challenge. If it was cardboard, it wouldn't float, and so like that would not work. So they're somewhat safe. Okay.
yeah.
I'm saying yes.
There's so many things you could do with a cardboard. You could fill it with foam or coat it with air bubbles. Air bubbles. Yeah, air bubbles. I said
Challenge. Chris doesn't even know what he's talking about right now. I would like to point out, Chris is just saying words. There are sounds pouring out.
Challenge.
Oh,
Brendan is also saying words.
Yep.
oh, that's true.
I mean, yes.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if you're going to rebuke someone for saying words, don't go saying words after them to prove your point.
Yeah, good game, everybody. Good game.
All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to play a game we haven't played on the old Zoomer called Actor's Nightmare. And so in Actor's Nightmare, we have two very talented, very attractive, very smart, very wonderful improvisers, the Michelle Jenkins and the Jason Kipros. That's correct, yes? Yes. And in Actor's Nightmare, I'm going to stop bobbing back and forth. Michelle Jenkins has a script. She is an actor performing a scene. But her partner, Jason Kipros, does not have a script and he has no idea what's going on. So he has to try and figure it out and make a scene with her while she has a script and he does not. Are you guys up to the challenge?
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah. Do it.
So we're going to get a suggestion here from our audience. Let's see. We're going to need a location for the scene. The location from our viewing audience, and audience, you're doing a great job. Please continue to put suggestions in the YouTube chat. The location is hockey rink. Hockey rink. Let me see if I can see who that's from, just to thank them. From Amanda Garcia. Hockey rink. The game is Actors Nightmare. The location is hockey rink. Let's give him a big round of applause. Yay!
Hey.
Take it away.
Well, I'm plenty concerned. Do you think that I'm going to get one wink of sleep until that phone rings tomorrow? I'm scared to death for my mother. But I'm grateful that there's finally the opportunity for something to be scared about. But what I'm really concerned about is you.
Well, you don't have to be too concerned. I mean, I'm concerned for your mother too. All I know is that if we can't figure out a way to freeze this hockey rink by tomorrow, we're not going to have any place to skate for her nation.
You know, I'm beginning to wonder if you're capable of having a good time.
Well, yeah. I mean, well, it's not me. It's your mother. She's a downer.
No, because there isn't the least bit of adventure in you. Do you know what you are? You're a watcher. There are watchers in this world and there are doers, and the watchers sit around watching the doers. Well, tonight you watched and I did.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, you got me. Okay, cut me to the quick way, don't you? All right.
You won't let your hair down for a minute. You couldn't even relax for one night. Boy, Paul, sometimes you act like a
watcher?
Well, I didn't
watcher?
say
Is that what you're trying to say?
I didn't say that.
Fine. Well, I did.
That's what you're anticipating. I didn't say it, but you were extremely proper and dignified.
Okay, well, I'm getting mixed signals from you right now, okay? First you tell me that I won't let my hair down, and then you tell me I'm extremely proper and dignified. So what do you want? You want me to let my hair down? You want me to be proper and dignified? I mean, what's the play here?
Well, all right. The other night at Delfino's, you were drunk, right?
When am I not?
When am I not?
Oh my God.
I think we really got to the beat. Michelle, what was that script?
That was Barefoot in the Park.
Oh.
Yes.
Classic.
You know the one.
It was beautifully done.
Yay, everybody, yay! All right, so now we're going to play a game called the Three-Headed Expert, everyone. We have the Three-Headed Expert.
Yeah.
What we're going to do here is we are going to look for questions for the Three-Headed Expert. And we have Brendan Hoyle, Nikki Hudgens, and Leanna Chris. They are all part of this. They share the same brain, even though they happen to be in different locations at the moment. And what we're looking for is we're looking for questions for the Three-Headed Expert. And they will answer any question you have, one word at a time. Okay, and I have a question here, and it is, I will kill my video here. For the Three-Headed Expert, what do you feed the world's tiniest dog?
What?
Do
You,
Feed
the
world's,
tiniest
dog
you,
must
feed
the,
dog
many
tiny,
children. What?
do
you,
Feed
the
tiniest
dog
Okay, new question, everybody. All right, sorry about that. The new question is, why is the sky blue?
why?
is
the,
Sky
blue
the,
Smurfs
built
A.
temple,
to
The.
gods,
and
Sacrificed.
all
of
The.
blue
children.
Next.
question.
Please.
That was a delightful answer. Sorry, I got a little confused with that last one, guys. I thought you were just repeating your brilliant answer, but it was my technical error. Okay, we have the last question right here. Last question. How soft is an elephant's tongue?
How
Soft.
Is
and
Elephants.
tongue.
so
Soft.
you
Wouldn't
Even
believe
it.
true.
Yeah! Wonderfully done, Brandon Expert. It's so great for you guys to join your brains together and share such wonderful knowledge with us all, as you always do.
I know things.
As we keep going, if we could in the chat, just put numbers between 1 and 12 for me. Any number you want between 1 and 12.
Yes, any number between 1 and 12 would be great. And while
as
we're
we get
getting
those numbers, sorry, go ahead, Jason.
no, yeah, and as we get those numbers, we will set up our next 3 improvisers. We have Chris Garcia, Michelle Jenkins, and Ryan Clemens coming to the virtual stage. And I will let yes, Brendan, are you there?
I'll do it. I got it.
Okay, got it. Okay, see you in a second.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a game called Numbers. And what's going to happen is our 3 beautiful, very sensual, very talented improvisers. Oh, God, stop it.
Brendan's really into us today.
You're overwhelming me. Are going to perform a scene. And in this scene, every line they speak has to have a certain number of words. And they can only do those number of words. So first, we're going to choose a number for Ryan Clemens. And the number I'm seeing for Ryan Clemens is, you guessed it, 11. Ryan gets 11.
The location.
The number for, oh, this is too good. The number for Chris Garcia is 1.5. 1.5 words.
1.5.
And the number for Michelle Jenkins is 4.78. Make this up, folks.
That's how I speak anyway.
We also have pi on here coming up, but we're going to say 4.78 because we got that first. So Ryan, every time you speak, it's 11 words.
11.
Chris, every time you speak, it's 1.5. And Michelle, every time it was 4.78. Was that it?
Sure.
4.78. So let's get a suggestion for you guys. I want to say. So we have the suggestion is, and you can decide who's who. The world's tiniest man has to help get a toilet unclogged. The world's tiniest man has to help get a toilet unclogged. Remember, you only speak, that's right, in the number of words you've been given. Let's give yourselves a big round of applause. Yay! And take it away.
Well, Michelle Jenkins, there's Chris Garcia, the world's tiniest man in toilet.
Again, here we are.
You always are so eloquent, Michelle Jenkins. You.
You know, Ryan, Chris.
Something makes me think that Chris is in want of help.
Ryan, help him.
Well, I think the best way for us to really help him.
Well, we could do.
Or we could offer him a very small life jacket thing.
Oh, yes, that's great.
little man, Chris Garcia. It's the life-saving thing.
Oh,
Not down the drain, Chris!
No! Chris is gone.
Hey.
Oh, he's back. Oh, thank God.
Oh,
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 oh yeah.
Oh,
I
it's-
hate to see it.
That was method acting at its finest right there. That was amazing.
I like how your room is all white like the sides of the toilet bowl, too.
You should see what's on my floor.
just pour some water over your head and come back again.
Talk about method. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a real treat for you. We're going on to our very own Ryan Clemens. He has prepared a wonderful slideshow for each and every one of you.
ooh.
Ryan, let you take it away. Let's give him some applause, everybody. Ryan Clemens, everyone. Ryan Clemens. Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Well, it's a delight to be able to offer a little slideshow for everyone here tonight. I don't know if you're like me, but the coronavirus and this whole time has had me all perplexed and kind of stressed out. And I started to think to myself, what is it that calms you, Ryan? What is it that maybe you can use to offer calm to others? And I started thinking back all the way to a childhood and to those good old nursery rhymes that my dear old mother used to tell me back in the day. And so I have for you a special little slideshow that is, let's see, Mother Goose's updated nursery rhymes for 2020. I happen to be friends with Mother Goose.
Oh, my God.
She's updated her image a bit since her first appearances. And now she's kind of more of a, I guess we'd call it gilf. But anyway, we put together to update some nursery rhymes, and I hope you'll enjoy these pictures and these little stories. So, for example, let's see here. Ah, yes. Sing a song of sixpence. You remember this? You remember how nice this was? In one of the classics, it goes, sing a song of sixpence, a pocket full of rye, 4 and 20 blackbirds baked in a pie. I don't know why that's a song would always, but we were able to update it for 2020 for today's audiences, and it's a little more mature of a theme, but it goes like this now. Sing a song of sixpence, a pocket full of rye. It's 4:20 and this bird is baked. Pie. The rhyme scheme still needs a little work with it, but you get the idea. Maybe this one's a little bit better of an example. How about, oh, this old man? You remember that one? It's kind of a weird, nonsensical, the knick-knack, paddywhack thing, but we've updated it for today, and it's still pretty weird, but it goes like this, and you'll enjoy the illustration. This old man, he played knick-knack on my thumb. With a knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog linguini. Upside down, he's Steve Buscemi. Really, we wrote the picture. It works. How about this? Old Queen Cole. So already you see we've done a little change in gender and stuff, and you'll see why, because it felt best to do it that way as we updated this for our present time.
Yes.
And I hope that you'll enjoy this little ditty. Old Queen Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was she. She called for her mask, and she called for Purell, and she called out a stay-at-home decree.
Yeah.
And the children will love it. The children will be singing it years and centuries. Oh, this is nice. Anybody that's got toes knows this song. And of course, the circumstances we're in right now with this stay-at-home business, we thought it was important to do kind of a major rewrite. So this is how it goes now, and I hope you like these pictures as well. There's our first. This little piggy was an essential market worker.
Oh.
This little piggy stayed home. This this little piggy also stayed home. This little piggy walked around the block and then stayed home. And this little piggy freaked out, ate all the Triscuits, dyed his hair blue, sat in the corner and played Billie Eilish on repeat, and then went wee, wee, wee. But he was also already home. Oh dear, we're coming close to the end here, and this is when things get a bit more mature, more risque. So if cover their ears and eyes here. But of course, we're all familiar with the idea of Humpty Dumpty. Well, in a more sex-positive era,
Sex positive?
yeah. This actually features Humpty Dumpty's more, for lack of a better word, promiscuous cousin. So I hope that you'll enjoy her story in these modern times. Here she is, and here's her story.
Please. Oh my God.
Humpty Dumpty stayed home, couldn't go to the mall. Humpty Dumpty's spring sucked. Maybe she'd have a great fall.
Oh my God.
When all the king's horses and all the king's men would find her on Tinder and show her a good time again. Well, that's the end. So remember, everybody, what 2020 Mother Goose always says in these challenging times.
Yeah.
Brian Clemens, everyone.
Hump me dumpty.
Right?
Oh, dumb.
Hump me
man.
dumpty.
Like, hey baby, hump me dumpty. You just stop talking and hump me dumpty, please.
Oh man. All right. I think that leads us into our own wonderment of the ABC game.
What?
Yeah, we have a game coming up after this though that is superheroes. So if you guys want to put in the comment section a problem that a superhero could solve, maybe not so close to home, maybe a global thing that, you know, whatever. You guys are doing great. And also give us a superhero name, something that doesn't exist, please. So yeah. Otherwise, we're gonna do the ABC game now. Have some suggestions. Who are our two ABC improv artists?
We have Brendan, myself, and Nick.
And Wednesday and Friday.
Nice. All right. Well, this game, obviously you guys are familiar with it if you're watching. It is a game where our players, usually we do this with 2 people, so it's gonna be extra fun with 3. They have to speak they have to start their sentence with the letter of the alphabet that comes after the previous sentence. So for instance, if your letter was T.
Thank you for coming. I would love to talk to you.
Roy, excited to be here.
Great. You'll figure it out. All right. So the letter you guys are going to be starting with is F. And let us find you guys a location. We're going to have Waterside.
Okay.
All right, so everyone give them a big round of applause.
Ferry, hop on the ferry here on the ferryman at Waterside.
Great. Let's get out of here. This place sucks.
How much is it to get on the ferry?
I will tell you how much it costs to get to Portsmouth, for it is your immortal soul.
Jesus, that seems like a lot.
Kill us? Are you going to kill us?
Let me not speak of killing you, for you are already dead.
Oh.
It is true, you have joined Charon's waterside, here in Hades.
Man, Tina, I told you that the food at Guy Fieri sucked.
No. You said you liked those wings. I was the one that said, "Oh, this has a little bit of an acid taste."
Oh, okay, well, fine, sue me, but now we're gotta cross the river Styx to get to Portsmouth.
Please stop your bickering and board my ferry, for we have a long trip that will take a round trip time of 7 minutes.
Quiche! We left the quiche! We left our quiche inside!
Really? We're on a ferry to hell, basically, to Portsmouth, and all you can think about is quiche right now?
So many people have left their quiches in the mortal realm. We have lost many quiches, and we must say goodbye. You may take a dollop of quiche and put it on top of your eyelids to pay for your passage.
Tina, I guess we're just gonna have to get on the ferry. There's nothing left for us to do.
Usually I would resist, but I think you're right. We don't have a choice.
Very good. Do you have the $2.75?
Well, we gave an extra tip, and we got 2 even.
Xerxes? I think that was the name of the guy that we gave the tip to. I think Xerxes was his name.
Aloysius, Xerxes Aloysius.
Bad news. Exact change only on the ferry ride to hell / Portsmouth.
Crap!
Damn it!
Eat that!
Forget your woes. You will ride on top of the ferry, and we shall go directly to the Commodore.
Yay!
That was awesome.
All right, moving right along, we're going to play a game that we have not played here before. We're going to play a game called Superheroes. And earlier we asked you guys for some suggestions for this, and we got plenty of them. And our improvisers are Chris Garcia, Leanna Chris, Ryan Clemens, and Brendan Hoyle. And what's going to happen is we'll start with one of them, and then the others will join and then leave. So figure out who wants to start first, and we'll have you sitting up here. And we asked for.
I can speak.
Oh, Brendan, not it.
I'll do it. I love it.
Brendan, your superhero name is you are stay-at-home man, and the problem that you were trying to solve is you are trying to solve a sewage backup. All right, stay-at-home man, sewage backup. The game is superheroes. Let's give them all a round of applause. Yay!
Searching the web for problems to solve. Not gonna get out because I'm staying at home, but I might have to solve some problems from here, hopefully with internet searches and possibly buying something on Amazon. Hoping somebody showed. Oh, wow!
Hi, stay-at-home man. It's so good to see you.
It's so good to see you also, person whose ears are always bleeding.
It's it's been a rough time. I'm out of a lot of stocks and supplies, but I think it'll be worth it.
Yes, I know. Look, here's the thing. There's a sewage backup, and looks like
Oh my
Who
gosh,
Jules is here?
you're here, Captain Woman. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, of course. Here I am with my fallopian tubes.
I'm so glad you're here, Captain Woman. You're the true hero we need.
Oh, and I'm the true female hero that you need. Just saying. Oh,
Oh,
and look who
awkward.
comes along.
Awkward.
It's the old Croc Crusader.
Mhm. These shoes are sensible. You know, they
Yeah, that's the point.
reduce.
That's why we don't get along. That is why we don't get along.
In a crisis, we need sensibility.
I think there's a lot of reasons we don't get along, but we should probably tie it in so we can stop this sewage backup that's jamming down the internets.
Look, we're gonna need your Crocs and your femininity and your ear blood to solve this problem.
Look, I can provide the
I got
Crocs. I've got mountains of them.
I've got plenty of coagulants in my blood ready to clog stuff up.
And I create eggs.
Okay.
They're pretty small.
Sounds like
but
we're
maybe
gonna
they can
make
help.
it.
All right. From the comfort of my home, which I never leave, I've put in the algorithm, and it worked.
It's amazing.
Oh my
Yay! Good job, everybody. They solved the world's problem. They cleaned the sewage back up.
Cleared it up.
Crocs are good for something.
They are.
Something.
Very good for something.
We're gonna play a delightful little game. I don't call it little in a diminutive way. Little and that it's precise and special. And what's gonna happen is we have I'm in the right spot. Yes. We have Chris Garcia and Jason Kipros, and these guys they agree on a lot of things. I think most of the time.
Yeah,
But
I
the
mean,
deal is, in this improv scene, they have to agree on everything. And they've got to not only agree, they have to escalate, which means is every line of this scene has to begin with two words, yes and and. Yes and. They have to agree and escalate for every line of this short scene. So we're going to get a suggestion for them. And I'm going to get a relationship for them because I found this from Kate Smith and I love it. And the relationship is dog and dog's bone. I can't imagine a better relationship for yes and than dog and dog's bone. So the game is yes and. The players are Chris and Jason. They're super talented and wonderful and lovely. Let's give them a round of applause. Yay! And take it away.
Hey, Fido. Fido. Fido.
yes. Yes. I'm so glad to hear from you again, Bone. Hey, Bone. You want to go down to the lake so I can chew on you?
Yes, and if you take me for a run, maybe we can get wind in our cells and stuff.
Yes. And then I'm going to drop you in something that stinks so I can carry you back into the house.
Yes, and then Matthew will get so angry that he'll put us back outside and we can go for another run.
Yes. And then I'll forget where I put you.
Yes, and then I'll get nice and covered in mold.
Yes. And then I'll find you and lick you off. And then I'll go lick Matthew's face.
Yes, and then he'll get unbelievably sick due to allergic reactions.
Yes. And I'll love him anyway.
Oh.
Yes, and he'll feed you all the food because you're there next to him all day.
Yes. And then I'll chew on you and chew on you and chew on you and chew on you.
Yes, and then you can bury me in a hole.
Yes. And then I'll be sad because I'll forget where I had put you.
Yes, and then 2 months later you'll have the best day of your life because you'll find me on accident.
Yes. And
Yes!
God.
I'm so happy. Oh, I can
What a
only
roller
imagine the
coaster.
joy of that moment when the dog finds the bone he forgot about.
best. It's just the best.
So moving.
Powerful.
Oh, okay. Oh, fun. We have a couple more games for everybody, and we're going to move on to this next one. As we're moving on to this next game, we asked for notes, and you guys were great. You gave us some notes, so we'll be these improvisers in this next game. We have Leanna, Chris, Chris Garcia and Ryan Clemens playing notes. They will be seeing notes that you have provided us. They'll be interjecting them into the improv as they see them pop up on their feed. Before we do that, though, you've been giving us all great suggestions. Maybe some quirks. We're looking for some quirks coming up, some quirks for our next game. Okay, now we're going to play notes. We have Leanna, Chris Garcia, Ryan Clemens, as I had said, and let's give them a situation, something that they're working together to do. And what you guys are working together to do is you are working together to respond to an alien invasion. All right, the game is notes. They're working together to respond to an alien invasion. Let's give them some encouragement, everybody. Yay!
Well there, Delilah, Barry, I've brought the cupcakes to give to the new neighbors.
You're so calm about this, Reginald. It's not every day that a flying saucer comes here.
Barry, calm down. Reggie, I really appreciate the hospitality. Did we find out if they had any allergies?
Yes, they do have allergies to nuts and pollen, but also so want to chill with a girl that's ducking her ex.
Oh my God.
God, speaking of ducking X's, that flying saucer that's shaped half like a duck and half like an X is landing right in front of us.
Wow, that's a big stick.
What a coincidence. Aliens, ducks, sticks. I feel like we could all be really good neighbors.
You know, I don't quite understand where you guys are getting all this calm from. Haven't you ever seen that famous movie, War of the Worlds, where the giant alien comes out and at the very end, everyone says, I could really go for a nice cold glass of bleach.
Yes, that's a very good point. And they might take all of our bleach, but that's a chance I'm willing to take because as my parents always told me, I'm a crackerjack with varices.
Honestly, maybe I could go for a glass of bleach.
Well, we're gonna need something. Maybe it's like signs. If you throw bleach or water on the aliens, then they run away.
Right. And like in that movie, what was he saying? He was swinging that bat and he was like, what kind of baker doesn't have yeast?
Oh,
Yes!
that was
Exactly.
Really? What kind of baker doesn't have yeast?
Rookie.
Passover.
A rookie baker. That's what it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have two more games for you all. The next one is a game called The Dating Game, and that's where we're at right now. So we're going to look at some suggestions that you gave us for, as I'm doing it. I'm not the best at doing this, guys, and I apologize.
But you look great.
Yes, you are.
You look great.
Are we trying to keep it a secret from whoever's the dater?
Yeah. So
I'll mute my thing.
Mute your thing. There you go.
I can't hear you. You might be able to hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you, but
Brendan sucks.
Just wave.
Yes, and
I'm not seeing. Okay, James. Yeah, James, if you can throw those in the feed, that'd be great. And because I'm not seeing them over here because I'm computer illiterate. All right, so we need a suggestion for our ladies here that are on this dating game, and I see one of them. I see. Let's go with Leanna. Leanna, you have a Messiah complex. Okay? Messiah complex. And Michelle Jenkins, you are dyslexic. You are dyslexic. And Nikki Hudgens, you are a germaphobe. Okay, you're a germaphobe. And then I need the name of a dating show that's never been on before, and the name of the dating show is dating for toilet paper. I love it. Okay, let's all give Brendan a thumbs up. Say, Brendan, come on back.
Come back, come back.
Back, Brendan. Oh, well, I'll put it in the chat. Yeah. You. Come on.
Hello.
Hi, and welcome to the #1 dating show here on the live chat world, ladies and gentlemen. It's dating for toilet paper. All right. And now here we have your lovely contestant for tonight, our #1 bachelor, coming all the way down from wherever he's from. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Steven. Steven, tell us something about yourself, Steven.
Hi, I'm really happy to be here. My name's Steven, and I've been using toilet paper for years.
Well, good thing you're dating for it now, Steven. Here we go. Well, let's meet your bachelorettes and figure out which one you're going to click with and take on that wonderful taco date. All right. The first, let's meet bachelorette #1. Bachelorette #1, tell us about yourself.
Hi, my name is Jessie.
Oh.
I just have been enjoying the time to maybe make my own wine, do some craft work, a lot of woodwork around my house, and I just love a chance to share that.
Oh, Steven, calm down. You still have 2 more to meet. Let's go ahead and meet bachelorette #2. Bachelorette #2.
Hi, Steven.
Hi.
I think while we're spending a lot of time at home using our toilet paper, we can peruse some of our literature, like some classic children's books like Clifford the Big God. It's a great one. I love that one.
That sounds really good. I really would like to read Clifford the Big God.
All right, Steven, but it's not over yet. Let's meet your final bachelorette. Let's meet bachelorette #3.
Hey, my name's Trishelle. I'm really into this current quarantine climate. Plays really well into my feelings. I hope you're into it too. I'd like to go on some time with you, and but not too close.
Wow.
Did you say? Cool.
Cool.
Whoa, Steven, you're in for some luck tonight. All right, Steven, let's go ahead and ask these lovely bachelorettes a question to get to know them.
Yeah. So if we were on a camping trip, what is the one essential thing you'd bring?
Honestly, people always bring me stuff. It's kind of bizarre, but I bring enlightenment, really. That's what I always bring, and it's brought me very far in life.
Okay.
Steven, I think if we were to go camping, I would be really, really good at it. I could help you set up the tent. I would read the manual for you, the NERT. I mean, the tent, it's fine. I didn't pass the 2nd grade. You're going to love me anyway.
Hey.
Hey, Steven, that was you? Hey.
Yeah, I'm Steven.
So first off, camping, straight up no. Not doing that. But if you force me to, I mean, I guess the main thing I'd have to bring is some gloves and a lot of Purell. That's about it.
Okay.
Oh, light packer. All right. Steven, time for one more quick question for each of your bachelorettes before you have to pick which one you're going to take on this wonderful date for toilet paper.
Okay. If we were in the movie theater, would you hold my hand and why?
I will always hold your hand, and I will always walk beside you when you look and see.
How many footprints would there be?
Honestly, So many of the men before me asked me to put them on my back. I'm tired of that question.
Oh, sorry.
Stephen, I would absolutely hold your hand at the movie theater. I love movies. Please don't make me read.
Stephen, so going to the movies, holding your hand, straight up no, not going to the theater. Those places are crawling with God knows what, and I would never touch your hand unless we're both wearing gloves.
All right,
Okay.
Stephen, there you go. Stephen, it's time for you to choose which bachelorette gets to go on the lucky date.
Well, Bachelorette number 3 is nice, but she seems to be like afraid of touching. Maybe she's worried about getting sick.
Yeah, I mean, you never know what people are carrying on them. I can't touch it.
She's like has a phobia, a germ phobe.
Yeah!
I think that's gonna work. And contestant number 1, I think, is Jesus.
Well, she might think she is too.
Oh, so she thinks she's got like she's a Jesus complex thing.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. But contestant number 2, I don't have any problem with dyslexia. Let's do it.
Hey!
Well, that's all the time we have on Dating for Toilet Paper. We'll see you next time. Yay! Oh, that was wonderful, guys. That was great. That was great. All right, everybody. It's time for our last game of the evening, and then we'll give everybody a chance to say goodbye and say something nice or whatever they want to say at the end. But last game of the evening is a game we love to play called Sex With Me Is Like. We've gotten all kinds of great suggestions all night long, so we'll be pulling through. Yeah, Will's going to join us. That's great. Maybe Beatty will hop on too if he can. And so let's go ahead and just say the first suggestion for Sex With Me Is Like is, I just saw it, bird's nest hair.
Sex with me is like bird's nest hair. You'll find some twigs, some feathers, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Sex with me is like bird nest hair. Sometimes after a big storm, I fall out of a tree.
Sex with me is like bird's nest hair. At the end, there may be a swallow.
Proud of you, buddy.
Sex with me is like bird nest hair. Not a lot of people get it, but it is essential for babies. Hi, Beatty.
Sex with me is like bird's nest hair. If you accidentally uncover it, really quickly cover it, because otherwise my mom will never take me back.
Oh.
Okay, new suggestion. The Land of Oz. Sex with me is like the Land of Oz. Sex with me is like the Land of Oz. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
I was going to use that.
Sex with me is like the Land of Oz. I'm a scarehole.
Sex with me is like the Land of Oz. Oh, will. Yo. Oh, will. Yo.
Sex with me is like the Land of Oz, but they call me Munchkin for different reasons.
Sex with me is like the Land of Oz, and you were there, and you were there too.
Sex with me is like the Land of Oz. If you want to go home, just click your heels 3 times.
Sex with me is like the Land of Oz. Lack of lube and heart.
Sex with me is like the Land of Oz, we're gonna have to get that witch wet before we even start.
Okay, new topic.
Good to say that.
Hot air balloon.
Air balloon.
A hot air balloon.
Sex with me is like a hot air balloon. It's the only way to get out of the land of Oz.
Sex with me is like a hot air balloon. Nobody does it.
Sex with me is like a hot air balloon. People in the 1800s were really surprised by it.
Yeah.
Sex with me is like a hot air balloon. You can sell it for cheap at the fair.
Sex with me is like a hot air balloon. You're stuck.
Sex with me is like a hot air balloon. I hope there's not a hole at the top.
Oh. Sex with me is like a hot air balloon. I'm going to take you into the stratosphere.
Oh.
Stratosphere, everybody, the stratosphere.
So beautiful up here.
Wait.
Sex with me is like a hot air balloon. It's something people used to do for fun.
Sex with me is like a hot air balloon. Technology has made important.
Maybe irrelevant.
Oh, it froze.
Gross, right? Oh, that was perfect, though.
Yay,
That was a great way to end it. Yeah!
Yeah.
Wow. I missed everything.
Good job, everybody. Well done, everyone. Thank you for watching, you out there in TV land. Thank you to the Ziders American Dream Theater. Please consider donating to them. They're providing so much great free entertainment for everyone. We're Plan B Comedy. Like us on Facebook. Like us on YouTube. Tons of great videos to watch there. Follow us on Instagram. All that good stuff. And before we leave, though, let's go ahead and go around and everybody can say a thank you or whatever they want to whoever they want.
Hey, let me say thank you to everyone that tuned in. I'm quite busy, but I love you all. Stay sane, stay sanitized. Nikki, Will, good to see you too.
Yeah.
Woo!
I want to say lots of love to my wife Sonia and our cat Nico who are watching, and also my good buddy Sarah in Montana, and all these wonderful people that you see on the screen.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'll say thank you to my family and everyone watching and all my friends and all these great friends that joined us here tonight. And yeah, stay safe, guys. And I can't wait to do this live for real as soon as possible.
I'll also go ahead and say thank you to family, friends, everyone for tuning in, for sending in suggestions. They're always amazing to see your support. But also, you know, like, it's really great that in these times of up and down, we can all kind of join together and maybe find a little bit of laughter. So thanks for joining us in that.
I want to just say hi, but I want to give a special message to Samuel Flint. I would like Sam Flint to know that we will all survive this only so that I can destroy Sam Flint. It's my only goal in life, and I will complete it.
Ooh. Dark.
I just want to say hi. I love you guys. It was another crazy week because every week has been. And again, I look forward to this every time, and it lifts my spirits. And I hope that it's lifted everyone's spirits who's been watching and who will watch this on replay. So just thanks for tuning in. It helps me out a lot.
Yeah, thank you guys for, checking in, and we miss you. Live people, we miss you.
Thanks for having me on. I haven't seen a lot of you in a while. It's good to see your faces. I think comedy and laughing is really important because it's a way to get through all this stuff. So just go out there, keep laughing, keep having fun, and we're gonna get through this. Things are gonna get better.
Yes, thank you, friends. Thank you, friends, for letting me hang out and say things with you. Thank you, Will, for being here. It's exciting. I'm so glad to see you. I adore you all. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who watched and wrote in. This was great.
Yay.
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 Well, thank you again to everybody. One more time for Wilmar Forey, everybody, for joining us to do some sharing. Special shout out to Nikki Hutchins, everybody. Nikki Hutchins. And everyone you saw tonight. Leanna Chris, Michelle Jenkins, Brendan Hoyle, Ryan Clemens, Chris Garcia, Beatty Barnes. My name is Jason Kiprus. You guys are fantastic, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.